My name is Adi Eindhoven. I'm chairperson of Capricorn Ventures International, which is a family investment management company that has investments principally in South Africa, the UK and Australia, but also in other parts of Africa and Asia. Our family investment philosophy is very focused on both building wealth for future generations of the family, but also making significant contributions to the society that we operate in. And we're particularly focused on South Africa and the continent more generally, but really most particularly on South Africa. What interested me in the kind of early days of the Convene project that was really championed by Anne Lamont, who's a fellow African Leadership Institute fellow with myself in the same class, was the possibility of thinking about how one can address some of the key kind of systemic challenges that are faced in key sectors on the continent, but particularly in South Africa. And so instead of adopting a kind of welfarist approach to these challenges, was to think about how one can identify the key points of dysfunction within the system. And given that the system is and when I talk about the system, it's principally government, but also the other key stakeholders and role players who are involved in implementing and executing the delivery of services to these different constituencies. But instead of thinking about providing welfare to the beneficiaries of the system, was to think about how the system can operate more effectively and efficiently, and identifying key points of dysfunction and thinking about how, through a collaborative, innovative process, one could address those points of dysfunction. And so as a kind of risk-taking investment company, we were interested in thinking about supporting this initiative and to see whether it was possible to make a meaningful and significant impact in the way that these systems operate. Capricorn Investments, which is the family investment management company that I chair, has one of its key focuses the investment in the children and youth sector. In particular, what we are interested in is thinking about how we can contribute to systemic change in those sectors. There are many different NGOs and businesses that are involved in funding very important initiatives to provide textbooks and classrooms and various services to orphans and vulnerable children. What we're interested in is interventions that seek to improve the performance of the system as a whole. And both in the case of orphans and vulnerable children and in the case of education, there's we think, significant leverage and significant benefits to be derived from interventions that seek to improve the system. We also think that those interventions require collaborative effort. They require stakeholders from across the spectrum to get together and to be involved collaboratively in thinking through these challenges and how to solve them. These problems are often kind of highly complex, difficult problems that's difficult for one actor alone in the system to solve. We also think that they require new innovative ways of thinking about the problem, and often innovative ways of implementing existing solutions which are out there, which exist. So in both the Link and in Bridge, we see the opportunity to make this kind of intervention and to hopefully play a positive role and make a positive contribution in changing the way that, in the case of Link, the system of delivering care and benefits to orphans and vulnerable children. In the case of Bridge, in seeking ways to improve the performance of our educational system, we're hoping that we can have a positive and meaningful and lasting impact in those systems.